Hey guys, Ralph here, True Power Trumpet Fitness, and I just got in from shoveling, baby. Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. It's not near as bad as we thought it was going to be. And as you see, I was a little concerned about having no power today, but the power seems to be fine to this point. And yeah, that's it. So since it was kind of sloppy this morning, I didn't feel like running or biking outside, so I did 20 miles on the stationary bike. Took me about an hour. And I have done some kettlebells. I have taught a few lessons, a couple lessons. I got some more this afternoon. And that's it. I've not practiced per se. So let's see what we got, and we'll get to it. You saw the thumbnail, mouthpieces for kids. Simple. Simple. Anyway, let's get to it. Ah, 5.5 octaves. Warts and all, that's my motto here at True Power. Anyway, don't warm up, we don't bathe. What you see is what you get, folks. Anyway, quick synopsis about what's been going on. I was very, very concerned about the power being out again. Not so bad. Not so bad. I was up early this morning. I got up about 4 o'clock, and it had just started snowing. Okay, and it's now officially 12 o'clock, 8 straight hours of snow. But here's the good thing, I guess, if you can call it good. It's been all anywhere from 38 to 42 degrees. So nothing's sticking. Nothing's sticking. Even though it's snowing like you wouldn't believe, nothing's sticking. I mean, I don't know how many inches have actually fallen from the sky, but there's barely an inch of snow on the roads and my driveway and everything. And I got a tiny little driveway, so it took me, 15 minutes to actually shovel it. Everybody else has their snow plows out. That's another thing. There's not a better exercise ever for shoveling than kettlebell. It's the same motion, the same muscles, everything, except you're going side to side instead of, anyway, that's neither here nor there. So yeah, I got to call out my man Carol down in Florida, who's taunting me with 73 degrees and sunny. Yeah, thanks, Carol. Real men shovel snow, baby. Yeah, but I don't get nearly the hurricanes he gets down there, so it all evens out. I love the Northeast, I really do. I love the change of the seasons, and I wouldn't trade it. Anyway, that's that. Now, I have been getting several, which is wonderful, several band directors that are getting on board, subscribing to the channel, and asking questions about how this whole system, and especially mouthpieces, should be used for kids. Guys, I'm telling you, there is no better way to start a kid than with this system. No better way. It's absolutely simple to implement. Guys, I've been doing it for years. I taught 30 years. 30 years. Everything from kindergarten, classroom, general music, 4th grade band, right up to seasoned professionals. I've taught college. I've taught the whole thing. And I'm telling you, there is no better way to start off kids than with this system and with Jerry's mouthpiece. No better way. What happened when I first started teaching? Jerry used to have dozens of different mouthpieces. And what happened when they would come from the machinist or wherever, the manufacturer, there would be several, every single bunch, that were either scratched or chipped, or the finish wasn't great, so he couldn't sell it. He used to sell me all these wonderful mouthpieces for $5, and I would implement them with all my kids, 10-year-old kids. And guys, they never had the chop problems. I literally had to take the god-awful Bach mouthpieces out of the beginner, the Selmer trumpets. Those Selmer trumpets are not bad for beginner models. The trumpets themselves are not bad. The mouthpiece is horrendous, but that's, neither here nor there. And I always used to literally, so they wouldn't get confused because they didn't know the difference, take the mouthpiece out of the case and put one of Jerry's in so that they would make sure that they would do it. And I never had a kid with child problems, legitimate child problems. Couldn't make a sound, would crash. No, it just never happened. Now, the concepts themselves, very, very simple. It's very simple. I don't get as technical with the kids. Put your tongue through your teeth and feel like you're spitting. A 10-year-old boy thinks that's the funniest thing in the whole world, right? They think it's hilarious. And ever since then, and I did it with all my wind players too. So when I would have a band rehearsal, okay, full band rehearsal, I would have, again, they're starting with just homos. Ba, rest, 2, 3, 4. Bum. That's the first page of, the Bellwind book or the Excellence book, whatever. Okay? I would have them play it once, then I would have them spit buzzer once. And the first thing, they're getting spit all over them. They think it's hilarious and they're embarrassed. But after a while, it was just an absolutely integral part of the whole thing. And by the end of the year, I'm having spit buzz scales. Now, to implement it, constantly saying throughout the no, try that again. Tongue through the teeth. I want that note to pop. Yeah, but it's easier. No. It's not easier. It's not easy. And it's so easy to implement if you just start with that crude rudiment that I just told you. Hot cross buns. Okay, guys, let me hear you spit buzz it. Flutes, saxophones, everything. And of course it sounds terrible. And they're giggling and all this sort of stuff. But after a while, they don't think it's funny. It's just the way we do band. And guys, you got it. You got it. Now, as far as the mouthpiece is concerned, I told you, I got some of the stock mouthpieces that were seconds, okay? And I had every single one of my students playing a Jerry Calp mouthpiece. So I would have bands of over 100. You can't believe this, elementary bands. And there was one year that I had 3 schools. And I would do a parade with 300 kids, elementary school kids, knocking the walls. You can't believe the tone and power they got, okay? Now, the fact of the matter is, my elementary and especially my middle school bands were killing the high schools. For tone and power. They weren't as advanced musically, of course. But tone and power, they were wiping out the high schools, okay? And one of the high schools was a trumpet player that couldn't blow his nose and refused to think it was worth his time. But my bands were killing him. Guys, you can do it too. Now, for the sake of, if you are a band director out there, I strongly suggest you get to eBay. And I know budgets are limited, but you can get some Jerry Calp mouthpiece on eBay and the internet and all that sort of stuff for cents on a dollar. Now, if you can't afford right away the 1SS or the 1SB, which is absolutely better, there's no question about it, it's better. But he's going to come at you with more money than that. Now, if you can only buy a couple a year, and you just keep them in the band room, and when the kid graduates, make sure you keep the mouthpiece, that type of thing. Before you know it, you've got 3, 4, 5, 6 of the mouthpieces. Some of the kids that are more interested will buy their own. Okay? And guys, you are off to the races, I'm telling you. There is no reason in the world that a high school kid can't play double C's just like I'm doing. There's no reason in the world. And I have had dozens of high school kids do just the same thing. Absolutely 100% do just the same thing. Some of the kids, it just comes easier to them. Some of the kids, they have to work at it a little harder. And some of the kids, let's face it, they don't care about double C's. They'll play third trumpet and hang out with their friends and take the band trip down to Disney World and all that. I mean, that's, and that's fine. That's fine. But they are not scuffling with their chops. And there is no better way. No better way. I stand by this. If people don't like it, I don't. There is no better way to start a child off on a Calit mouthpiece, preferably the new ones. There's no question, with this technique. Now, it's gotten to a point where another mouthpiece just plain inhibits the kid from doing it. Now, there are mouthpieces that are better, and I'm not going to endorse any other mouthpiece. I'm not. I just don't go there. But that's what I suggest you do. Get yourself on eBay if you're a band director. And if there's, granted, they're tarnished and all that, so who cares? Who cares? They're scratched. They might have that ring around the lead pipe. That type. Who cares? If you feel that strongly about to clean them up a little bit, they still look used, but they're so much better. And take the other mouthpiece out of the case. Take it out. They're going to, at the very least, a curious, more mature kid is going to go back and forth. That sounds a little better on that one. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? That's my advice. I stand by it. Okay, guys, have a great day. I'm glad we could get this up. I'm glad I have power. And we'll see you tomorrow.